Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, interesting statements and comments coming from William Zepeda in regards to Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. But for me, personally, this isn't very surprising, just based off of the movements that we've seen from Golden Boy Promotions and William Zepeda. But not only that, when you look at the eye test, I think it supports exactly what William Zepeda is saying. Now, we know that William Zepeda just completed a fight against Tevin Farmer. Farmer was looking for the opportunity to throw a monkey wrench in a potential fight between William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson, apparently happening sometime in February, I believe. And Zepeda did not look good whatsoever. However, he does believe that if you're looking at the current landscape at 135 and you're making a decision upon who you're going to face next, if you're in the position where you are ranked number one by all four sanctioning bodies, well, clearly William Zepeda believes that he should make that trip towards the WBC title, because that is a fight and a fighter that would be considered less complicated than a specific other fighter who is currently the WBA regular champion in Gervonta "Tank" Davis. So I want to state exactly what William Zepeda had to say here in regards to Shakur and Tank. I believe that Davis is a more complicated fighter than Stevenson. He has youth, strength, intelligence, and experience, and I would love to fight him and show who I am, the qualities of my fighting, and what I'm capable of doing. If I beat Shakur, everyone is going to want me to fight Tank, and that's what I want to do too. So he is stating his interest in fighting Gervonta Davis, but clearly he's going down the path that he feels is least resistant first, so that he can get to Tank, because this is the easier fight. So if I can win this title, then I can have a unification with a Gervonta Davis and maybe put myself in a better position to earn a little bit more ducats, is what I'm hearing from William Zepeda. And Jay, honestly, when you look at the eye test, I think Shakur Stevenson is a hell of a fighter. He's a very intelligent fighter. He's sharp, he's slick, he's fast. He demonstrates a lot of movement in the ring. Sometimes to a fault, but still he demonstrates a lot of movement in the ring. However, Gervonta Davis demonstrates that same level of IQ, speed, intelligence in the ring, the ability to move, the ability to cut off the ring, but he has that other caveat, Jay, of punching power, which makes him a bit more of a dilemma for any fighter at 135 pounds, because he's bringing something else to the table. He's bringing all those tools, but he's also bringing that pop, Jay. So it's clear to me why he feels that way, he being William Zepeda. But Jay, what's your thoughts on what William Zepeda had to say in regards to this? I thought it was quite interesting that he feels that Gervonta Davis is a more complicated fighter. I certainly think so. What say you?
If you know boxing, you know that to be true. To your point, Shakur is a hell of a fighter. No one's ever saying he's not. But he doesn't bring all the tools that Tank does. The one thing Shakur does better than Tank, he's defensive, but he's also just hopping back usually. Tank uses movement on both sides, and Tank can eat a punch, but he can also deliver a punch in both hands. That's the problem. He has that eraser. He can put you out of there any round with either hand. Shakur can't do that. Tank ain't just a puncher. He's a boxer puncher. Shakur's even said that. So when you look at the diet, what you got to go against, all the stuff you got to prepare against Tank versus what you got to prepare against Shakur, I'm going to Shakur first. I might be able to go out to the party after the fight, because I don't think I might get hit that much. De Los Santos, see that fight. But Shakur is also, he's crafty. He can be complicated and annoy you in the ring, but you're not going to get worried about being stretched. Tank has that type of power on both hands. He's beating people in multiple ways, different type of fighters. So Zepeda's smart. He's doing a business because he's like, if I can get through fight, why would I fight Tank first and then have to fight Shakur? I can go get 2 bags If I fight Tank, I might not make it to Shakur. If I fight Shakur, I can probably get the Tank. That'd be 2 back versus 1. So that's what he's thinking. He's making a business decision on that sense there. It's no slight at Shakur. It's just levels to it. And it's okay to say what Tank brings to the table that Shakur doesn't, and vice versa. But Tank brings a lot more tools to the table than Shakur. We know that. If you're not hating, you'll see that. You can also say that Shakur is a good fighter and still say Tank is better and better because of what he brings to the table. That's just common sense. If you're watching the fights, you see that. You see that over and over again.
Yep.
So Zepeda, I'm not mad at Zepeda. Zepeda's smart. He's a good businessman. He wants 2 for the price of 1.
Yep, I see it similarly, and I think the one thing I will say is that I don't think Tank brings that much more to the table than Shakur Stevenson. But I think Shakur has a lot of the things that Tank has as well. I just think that Tank brings that equalizer and power that Shakur has never demonstrated. I think Shakur is a little bit more defensive, but I think Tank has a great defense as well. I think Shakur's defense stems from being more cautious. I think Tank is defensive when it's required, and so I think that's the difference between the two. But I hear William Zepeda on that sense. I think Gervonta Davis's power just adds an element where it's like, Shakur, he's sharp, he's fast. If I make a mistake, I can eat his power. And then try to deliver my own. If I get into that same situation with Gervonta Davis, I may not be able to eat that power shot. I may go to sleep. So I think that's definitely a dilemma for any fighter in the ring with Tank.
Facts. I mean, the power is the equalizer right there. Plus, Tank really tries to get you up out of here. He ain't trying to pity pat with you. Shakur is still fighting to me. He's still fighting almost like he's in the Olympics. He's trying to get points. And that's it. And that's fine to try to avoid damage. You don't want to take damage neither, but you also want to deliver damage. That doesn't seem like what Shakur is about. And if you're not able to do that against someone like Tank, he's going to eat it and he's going to punish you. He's going to catch you because he has a high boxing IQ as well. And so does Shakur. But Zepeda is being a smart businessman in this sense here.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So we'll see what ends up happening. Of course, William Zepeda is scheduled to fight, or at least that's the thought. What's going to occur next? William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson sometime in February. So I'm interested in seeing what that fight looks like. And we'll see if he ends up getting the opportunity to fight Gervonta Davis in the event that Gervonta Davis is successful against Lamont Roach, who is not going to be an easy out for any opponent either. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and we are out.